Island Life Live. Many people here in Hawaii struggle with addictions to sugar and ultra-processed food. It's hard to kick, but there is hope. Our next guest has helped over 2,500 patients improve and even reverse medical conditions, get off medications, and lose weight.
And we do love spending time with her. It's the amazing Dr. Jodi Nishida from the Keto Prescription.
Yeah,
how you
Dr.
doing?
Jodi.
Hi.
We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, we've been hearing so much about these quick fix weight loss jabs, you know, these medication, poop, poop, and then you're getting skinny or whatever. The celebs are pushing it out there. What's your thoughts on this?
Maybe helpful short term, definitely not a long-term solution. Lots of very dangerous side effects. Yeah.
So I heard part of it is like a gut paralysis.
Yeah, it paralyzes your GI tract so that you don't have an appetite. But then it also causes acid reflux, severe constipation in a lot of people. So, and then you're not losing body fat necessarily. You're actually losing bone density and muscle mass.
So you're essentially, you're starving. Everything,
You're
all the good stuff is
starving.
leaving
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, and then if they still don't know how to eat right, once they come off, they're gonna gain all the weight back.
That psychological component has
Yeah.
not been answered.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what the Keto Prescription takes care of, right? It
Yeah.
takes care of all of those things, right?
Yeah, that's what we do, is we teach you how to eat.
Yeah, I like, I was going over your website and I like how you're trying to start to connect the dots as far as
Yes.
what we put in our bodies
Yep.
and the status or the state of our health. And
Yes.
that's I think that's more important than just losing
Losing
weight.
weight for the short term.
Yeah, because everyone tends to focus on weight loss. That's how we've been groomed in society. But people need to start connecting the dots, like you said, how sugar is driving all of your medical conditions. So the weight loss should be the cherry on top of the sundae, but the goal should be to improve your health.
How come you gotta say cherry on top of the sundae?
Right? So I'm hoping that's a cherry on top of a sugar-free sundae?
Yes, maybe a sorbet. I don't know, you know, because like that's one of my weaknesses, ice cream. And I gotta be honest, we love our sugar over here. And in a previous segment, we actually covered some of the foods that turn into sugar. Of course, ice cream, rice, noodles, etc. And you know, Dr. Jodi, I love my sugar, but sugar causes inflammation.
Among other things.
Right. Okay. So, well, let's kind of like target inflammation. What does that mean in like layman's terms? What does that do for our body?
Well, it means that the 1 trillion cells that your body is made up of, they all become inflamed, and the inflammation makes them start to function improperly, and that leads to illness and disease over time.
Yeah. One of them is autoimmune illnesses,
Very
right?
common.
That's very common now, right? We never used to hear about that when we were growing up.
Key, that is so important that you said that.
Right.
So many of these things did not exist when we were kids.
Yeah.
This is a function of what we're eating and what's in our food that we don't really realize nowadays.
It's so interesting that like in the United States, the food industry, and there are certain like dyes, the red dyes and the yellows, and they don't have those in the other countries.
They don't.
So I mean,
Why
Because
is
they don't
that?
allow them,
exactly.
right?
So the food industry is like.
In the US is very different from other countries, and we need to start to wake up and be more akamai towards that. Yeah.
Sugar addiction is a real thing. Carb addiction is a real thing. And sometimes, you know, it's just so hard to cut back. And it's just so hard to say, okay, I'm going to stop today.
Yeah.
Is there a way that we can slowly go into this process? I mean, even if I were just to cut maybe like half of my carbs this week, and then, is that something that you would suggest?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually where I start all my patients, is in the first week, just try cut it in half. And see how you feel on half. Because even if you can only do 50% keto, okay, because of work and your lifestyle and things, your health is still gonna be 50% better than it was before.
Right, you know, we actually have some success stories of some of your patients, and we mentioned at the top of the show or at the top of this segment about 2,500 patients you've been working with, and we have a father and daughter example.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, father and daughter. He's my oldest patient. He's 88 years old. Cute, this guy. Always smiling. And he came to me because he did not want to have to go on dialysis. And so now he doesn't. His diabetes is reversed. He has no aches and pains. He's doing so well at 80. He's off most of his medications.
Wow, that is a miracle.
Yes, and that's his daughter. Actually, their entire family pretty much sees me. And the 3 female examples I've given in the show today, each of them have lost 80 inches off of their body. And I forgot my tape measure. That's how it's gonna be like, Didi, stand up. Because your height That's how much body fat they've lost.
They've lost.
Wow.
And it doesn't
way of
happen in
inches.
3 months, which is what everyone wants. It takes time, but it happens.
It's a lifestyle change, and
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you want to reverse those, like the autoimmune diseases, including cancer, Alzheimer's, all of those things.
Alzheimer's, heart disease, it's all tied to sugar.
Wow, Dr. Jodi, I wish we could spend some more time with you because we learn so much when we hang out with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you.
And I just feel bad because we got to go switch to our Yuso Akamai question again.
Which
has to do with donuts, Doctor.
Well, she did bring up Sundays, so.
I know. Oops.
All right, should we do that now or yeah, we'll do that after. But if people want to get a hold of you, Dr. Jodi, and we have some of the information here, and have this life transformation, this road or path to better health, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, I mean, go to my website, theketoprescription.com. You'll find contact form, all my information. Follow me on social media, lots of good information.